Hi there, it's Tanner from Cruzely.com, and you likely know that Carnival and Royal Caribbean, they're going head to head in the private destination wars. Royal Caribbean has CocoCay, which it transformed from a sleepy island to what's essentially a beach amusement park. Carnival has responded with Celebration Key, an entirely new destination in the Bahamas, complete with pools, beach, and much, much more. So, what's the difference between these two, and which do I think that you should visit? I'll cover what you need to know, and having visited both, I will give you my take on which one is tops. Let's start with something pretty broad to give you an overview, and that's just the overall difference in the layout between the two. CocoCay, it's its own complete island. It's more of a big playground surrounded by beaches more than anything, and some of the spots on the shore are a little bit rocky. In between some of these beach spots are still large wooded areas that can make things feel a bit more secluded and set off from certain other areas. You will need a map to get around if it's your first time. Celebration Key, on the other hand, it isn't an island, but actually a carve out, a small portion of a much larger part of Grand Bahama Island. Here, the entire park is laid out before you, and essentially it's a large oval with two sides that actually mirror each other. Unlike CocoCay, there isn't much that sets off one area or another. It's all joined together and it flows. And because it is a carve out of a larger island, there's only beach on one side instead of all the way around. It's easier to get around, and you can always see the ship no matter where you are. There's a lot that is different between Celebration Key and CocoCay, but right now I'd argue there's no bigger difference than CocoCay's Thrill Water Park. This is the signature of the entire island, with a tower that marks the highest point for miles around. It's the first thing that you'll see when you approach CocoCay. The water park, it includes multiple slides, including the tallest water slide in North America. It has a wave pool and an obstacle pool. If you have kids, then this place is a must visit, although it can charge a high admission fee, upwards of $150. In contrast, Celebration Key, it doesn't have a water park just yet. More on that in a moment. It does have two slides in the Sun Castle at the center of the resort, but it's a stretch to call this a water park. Now, there is already construction going on for a second phase of Celebration Key, and it is possible, if not likely, that a water park could be announced as one of the features. Maybe there has been an announcement already, but I have not seen it yet. For now, however, CocoCay, they have the water park, while Celebration Key doesn't just yet. Now, visit any private destination and you're likely imagining lounging by the pool. Now, both Celebration Key and CocoCay, they have a lot to like in this area, but there is a major difference. CocoCay, they offer a pool. Celebration Key revolves around the pool. The pool on CocoCay, dubbed Oasis Lagoon, it is pretty big. It offers a ton of seating and measures nearly 3/4 of an acre in size. There's a swim up bar, there's several different coves, and it's one of the most popular places on the entire island. But this is really just one feature of CocoCay. Celebration Key uses the pool, or lagoons as it calls them, as the basis around which everything else revolves. Its two lagoons combined measure nearly 1 mile around the perimeter and cover more than 6 acres in surface area. Each one can hold about 4,500 people at full occupancy. That's nearly 10,000 people in total. Now, both pools are nice, but Celebration Key offers one that's simply much larger. If Celebration Key revolves around the pool, you could say that CocoCay revolves much more around the beach. To be sure, if you're wanting some time on a beautiful beach, either spot, it is going to make you happy. Both feature white sand and beautiful water. I will say that the beach on Celebration Key, it can be rockier in some spots, but nothing too bad. And as well, given the exposure to the open ocean, there may be days where the waves are a bit rougher. CocoCay, on the other hand, it features more protected coves with many of its beaches, so even if the water is rough on some sides of the island, you should be able to find a calmer beach somewhere else around. But the big difference is with Celebration Key being a carve out, There's simply one long beach spread across the entire front of the destination. It's large, it's roughly half a mile, but past this beach, it's all about the pool. CocoCay being on an island, it offers much more beach, and instead of just one straight stretch, there are a number of different beaches dotted around. This includes Harbor Beach, inside an alcove that's always protected from the ocean waves, no matter the weather. Food is always a major part of any cruise, and that extends to the private destinations. However, there is a major difference between these two private spots. CocoCay's food situation is straightforward. Around midday, there's a large buffet that's served to anyone that wants to eat, with things like burgers or dogs or tacos or salads and much more. This is all included. There are also snack shacks that are like mini fast food restaurants that are dotted all around the island, and these are also included. There are a few meal options that are paid or are included with admission to places like the Coco Beach Club, and more on that in a moment. Celebration Key, they offer similar fare, but there are some differences. First, there's no central buffet, but instead a food hall with different spots serving different items. There are also food trucks where you can order a meal. The big difference here is that the island uses something called the Island Eats program. Here, every passenger gets one meal included as long as it falls under the Island Eats group of offerings, and most things do. But once you've had your meal, anything else is an extra charge. There are also a few spots that aren't included with your day, and they are an extra charge, although you get 40% discount with Island Eats. Honestly, the CocoCay system, it's much nicer in my opinion, as you simply eat what you want, when you're hungry, instead of worrying about if there's a charge. Are you the sort of person that likes having lots to do during your day? If so, then there's a clear difference between the two private destinations. CocoCay is really more than just a private island, it's essentially a cruise amusement park. There's not only the pool and the beach, but there's also the water park that I mentioned earlier. There's zip lining, there's a splash pad, there's beach games, there's jet ski rentals, there's snorkeling, there's a balloon ride if you want to, and a lot more. If you want to just sit on the beach all day, you absolutely can, but there are also a lot of activities available. Celebration Key, in contrast, doesn't have quite as many things to do, at least just yet. There's no water park or zip line. There are some sports areas and a splash pad, but things like the balloon ride, those simply aren't available. Now, don't get me wrong, you aren't going to be bored, but if you want things to do, then CocoCay is the clear winner at this point. Let's talk a little about the size and the feel of each island when it comes to crowds. Right now, both of the private spots, they're about the same size. CocoCay comes in at about 60 acres of visitor space, while Celebration Key has about 45 acres, but that will change some in the future as Carnival's already working on a large expansion that I mentioned, which will increase the available space. But while they are a similar size right now, you also have to consider the number of passengers that are visiting. Both spots are most likely to have 2 ships in port on the day that you visit. Carnival is actually building an additional pier to be able to accommodate 4 ships at once in the future. In general, Royal Caribbean, they carry more passengers on their average ship, as they have a monopoly right now on the largest cruise ships on the planet. Now, I wouldn't say that necessarily means CocoCay feels more crowded per se, but you'll definitely notice a lot of people in port. With Carnival, there's a higher likelihood, at least right now, that the 2 ships in port will be smaller, making things feel less busy. Finally, say you want to get away from the crowds and the kids. Your options will vary at each destination. Celebration Key, they offer the Pearl Cove Beach Club. This adults-only spot has a heated infinity pool and a private beach set off from the rest of the area. The vibe here is luxury with a calm, quiet atmosphere as opposed to the more upbeat areas around Celebration Key. CocoCay, it gives you a couple of options. First, there's the Coco Beach Club. This is most similar to the Pearl Cove Beach Club in that it is more luxury focused and a chilled out vibe. There's a private beach, a private pool, and it even comes with a high-end meal with options like lobster or filet mignon. Hideaway Beach is on the opposite side of CocoCay and it's adults only. The big difference compared to the beach club is that this spot is designed to be an adults only party atmosphere. There's music blasting, there's drinks flowing, there's a massive pool, and its own protected beach. So you know the differences between the beach and the pools and the food and everything else. So which one is actually better? No doubt they both have their positives, and if I'm taking a trip to either one, I'm not going to be upset. That said, at least at this point, I have to give the edge to CocoCay from Royal Caribbean. To me, CocoCay is the absolute top when it comes to the cruise line private destinations. It offers tons of beaches, including calm inlets in case the open water is rough. I like that there are more secluded areas instead of it all just being out in the open. And there's no shortage of things to do, and while a lot of them are for an extra charge, there's also plenty that's included with the day. Food and drink are also a big factor for me in this decision. I like that most food around CocoCay is free, and you just eat when you want to eat instead of dealing with a voucher program like at Celebration Key. Don't overlook that the drink package also extends from the ship, which is a major value when visiting. That's not the case for Carnival. I do think Celebration Key wins when it comes to that massive lagoon pool. The size means that you can always find the spot without a huge crowd of people. Also, it seems like most of the upcharges for things like cabanas and day clubs tend to be less expensive on Celebration Key than on CocoCay. But at least right now, nearly everything else goes in favor of CocoCay in my opinion. Thanks as always for watching. The fact that so many people watch these videos means a lot to me. Now, I want to know what you think about the private island wars. After all, I'm just one person. Celebration Key or CocoCay? You can just put it in the comments below to share. As always, there's more on Cruzely.com. Until next time, happy sailing.